are going to talk about the solar oven activity, and this is a great way to get the kids using their SEPs, so those science and engineering practices. So there is an activity that we aren't going to do today because it's impossible to do in this environment, but there's a video that is on the PowerPoint, and it shows how they put ice cubes in different construction paper boxes, different colored. So there's like a yellow, a black, a red, a green, and you have the kids predict which one they think is going to melt the fastest, and almost everybody's going to say black, but it doesn't end up being the black one. It ends up being the yellow one, which is really odd. But one of the things you can do then, we actually got you an ice cube tray, is repeat that experiment and see if you get the same results as that YouTube video. But that's part of the background knowledge for this experiment. In this experiment also, they are going to watch and see what happens inside a car. So inside a car, looking at what happens with the temperature when the windows are rolled up, and noticing how the windows are reflecting and things like that. So those are some background videos, so definitely check that out before you start this. You're going to want to be able to have different materials available for your kids. So pizza boxes work awesome, and usually pizza places will give you pizza boxes if you just go in and say you're a teacher. And the mediums or the smalls work great. And you'll need aluminum foil. You could give them black paper. I also gave my class yellow paper because they watched that video and they felt like yellow was going to be the best. And saran wrap. You might want some skewers or something to hold the box open. The one thing I would do is pre-cut. We didn't have pizza box, so we have this box that's similar in size. Pre-cut this door like this. But you have a couple choices. You can actually look up a YouTube video. There's many that use this style of pizza box, and you can show them that, or you don't have to show them anything. So when we did this with adults last summer, we didn't show them anything, and they came up with all different kinds of designs. But you can decide with fourth graders how much information you want to give them to start with. If you want to let them watch different ones and look at some different designs and decide which design they're going to do or what they're going to adapt, or just have them start from scratch. So all I did with my class this year, though, I gave them a box that was cut like this, and then they got to decide. So they could decide, for instance, if they are going to line the bottom of the box with black paper because they know that black absorbs light and then hence heat. So you could take that in. You could say, you know, I know that this is going to reflect, so I want the sun to come and reflect from here. So I'm actually going to put this here, and you've got to have something to cook. So an easy, fun thing to cook is s'mores. So we set this up with s'mores, and one thing that you are going to have in your materials that's pretty cool is this infrared thermometer. And so it just needs a little hole to be able to read the temperature. So if you can tell the kids that they do have to have one little hole so that you can read the temperature, then you'll be able to gather data as your s'mores are cooking. Know that it's going to take more than like 10 minutes. So like you might want to set it up outside and then take the temperature reading, have them record that data, maybe go to lunch or do something else for a half hour, 45 minutes, come back and check. So maybe you check every half hour or every 20 minutes. But know that you're probably not going to be able to stand there and just watch it cook. It's going to take a little bit of time. All right, so my design, I might do this. The one that I saw on YouTube was that they then took plastic. They put their food in the box, and then they actually attached the plastic around the outside. But it was interesting when we did this with adults last summer, which you would have been doing if you could be here, that some made totally closed boxes and some used something sort of like this. The other thing that makes this activity really great is maybe one week you let them design something and you do it, and then maybe like the next quarter you let them redesign. So that's where the learning really comes in, giving them a chance to change their design, change some aspects of their design after they gather data. So I would encase this completely in saran wrap so that would hold the heat. That would be my reasoning behind that. And then when I go to cook this, I might put like this so it would be reflecting into the box. So that is my idea for the solar oven, but you're going to have kids using creativity and coming up with all kinds of things to make theirs work. I had kids making little, like the things that hold the pizza box from getting on top. They created that out of cardboard, and then they put aluminum foil on top of it because I felt like that would reflect the heat. So really letting them use their creativity, I think you would be amazed. And it's fun having them present their ideas about why they did what they did and what they think is going to happen. And there is a place where they can record their thinking, and so it has a place where they can sketch their model. I have them all sketch their model separately and then talk as a group, and we talked about how it's great if you can take a little piece from everybody's and you might come up with a better plan. So really working on group work and working as a team. And then they put down the materials, and I wanted them to put what the purpose was of that material so that they were using this information, not just putting a bunch of stuff and making it beautiful, but making it actually functional. The prediction, how long do you think the solar oven will take to cook the treat? And then putting down the outside temperature, we thought that was relevant. And then putting the temperature time and their observations, and then what would you do differently the next time you built the solar oven. So it's pretty simple. The paper's simple. They're not spending a lot of time doing this, but they will spend a lot of time talking, debating, building before they get to cook their tasty treat.